Wildcat fans, welcome into the Wildcat Center, the campus of Johnson Wales University in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina, as we have women's volleyball action tonight. Wildcats welcoming in the Big Blues from Bluefield State College. Bluefield State comes into this match with a record of 0-16, a tough go of it for the Big Blues so far this year, as they lost 3-0 to Salem back on 10-18 in their last match. And then the lost to the Wildcats 3-0 back on 10-5 October 5th in a tri-match. We'll get this one underway here in just a minute between the Wildcats and the Big Blues as they are set to go for volleyball here on a Tuesday night or Monday night at the Wildcat Center. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Johnson & Wales Wildcat Center as the Wildcats host the Big Blues from Bluefield State College. Please stand and remove your hats as we honor our country and the men and women who serve it with the playing of our national anthem. Now for the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First for the visiting Big Blues, a junior from Bluefield, West Virginia, number 1, Shamanique Williams. A freshman from Welch, West Virginia, number 2, Sydney Vineyard. A freshman from Welch, West Virginia, number 5, Marissa Fannin. A freshman from Bluefield, West Virginia, number 7, Jordan Reed. A freshman from Bluefield, West Virginia, number 10, Sierra Smith. A junior from Bluefield, West Virginia, number 12, Renelle Crenshaw. A freshman from Princeton, West Virginia, number 16, Sydney Fulp. And a freshman from Rural Hall, North Carolina, number 17, Danielle Baker. The Big Blues are coached by Andrea Oakes. Now, Wildcat fans, get on your feet and greet your Johnson & Wales Wildcats. A freshman from Kennesaw, Georgia, number 1, Natalie Carpenter. A senior from Waldorf, Maryland, number 2, Tanaya Scott. A freshman from Chardon, Ohio, number 3, Isabel Lemaster. Freshman from Paw Paw, Illinois, number 5, Riley Oros. A freshman from Maple Grove, Minnesota, number 6, Emily Ahrens. Sophomore from Taylor, South Carolina, number 7, Demaya Scott. A junior from Spring Lake, North Carolina, number 8, Moana Reed. A freshman from Chesterfield, Virginia, number 12, Caitlin Jerriman. A junior from Swansea, South Carolina, number 13, Ayanna Favor. A sophomore from Boone, North Carolina, number 16, Taylor Walker. And a senior from Gastonia, North Carolina, number 18, Tayana Eason. The Wildcats are coached by Callie Phillips. She's assisted by Markeisha Claiborne. Your officials for tonight's match are Donna Manetta and Dee Batchelor. Johnson & Wales welcomes you to tonight's game. We remind you that one of the goals of collegiate athletics is learning lifetime values. Sportsmanship is one of those values that is best learned when respect is accorded to all. Please let your good sportsmanship show during the game. Johnson & Wales encourages and promotes sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. Profanity, racial, or ethnic comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition.
Well, you heard it there, folks. I think that's the first time we've caught the rules announced from the PA on the live stream, but I'd say the same thing applies for all of you watching out there and in the live chat.
If you don't know the rules, how can you play the game?
Exactly, exactly. So both teams out on the floor. Wildcats will be on the right side of your screen in black. The Big Blues of Bluefield State will be in white. We're here at Wildcat Center Gym for Dig Pink Week. In the pink libero jersey, number 1, Natalie Carpenter. In the gray jersey, the libero for Bluefield State. It's hard to read that number. I got my glasses with me, Chuck. You'll have to give me help on that one.
The libero jersey?
Yeah.
Is that what we're looking at here? Let's see. I believe that's number 10.
Yeah, you know better than I do. So, also out there on the floor, number 1, Shimonique Williams. Number 2, Sydney Vineyard. Number 12, Randall Crenshaw. And right here to serve, Sydney Fulp. And for the Wildcats, that's Reed setting favor. And the Big Blues come in and get the first point here this first set.
So Big Blues at the net to block that one. Right down, Wildcats can't answer.
So front line for the Wildcats, they got Tanaya Scott, Iona Favor, and Moana Reed. And in the back line, you saw Emily Aarons get to that one. Demaya Scott and Natalie Carpenter back there as well. First substitution of the game for both teams. It's Big Country. Taylor Walker checking in for Emily Aarons. It'll be Moana Reed back to serve. Sends that one over off the hands and out of bounds for the ace.
So first ace of the match for Moana. Leads the team in aces so far this season.
That one goes across and out of bounds. Another ace. Again, if you're just tuning in, Wildcat Volleyball taking on Bluefield State. Wildcats on the right side of your screen in black. Bluefield State on the left. And that's back-to-back-to-back aces for Moana Reed. We're going to get a quick timeout from head coach Andrea Oakes. We'll be back here in a minute. We are back out of the timeout. Wildcats with the serve. It's Moana Reed. Can she get 4 straight aces? And she does.
Have to check, but might be a new school record.
Checking in for the Big Blues. It's number 5, Marissa Fannin. She'll replace Williams. Not an ace that time, so the streak ends at 4. Diving for it was Carpenter. Trying to clear it over was Favor and Scott, and it falls out of bounds. So Wildcats leading this first set 5-2. Back to serve is Raynell Crenshaw. Crenshaw sends that one across, right to Scott. Reed sets Favor on the attack, gets to kill. Riley Oros checks in for Favor.
Checking in for the Wildcats, Riley Oros.
So as you can hear, Chuck's playing a double duty tonight as PA announcer and color commentator. Favor looking for the back line. Excuse me, that's Demaya Scott. And she gets the point. Another substitution is number 7, Jordan Reed.
Checking in for Bluefield State, number 7, Jordan Reed.
So Reed checks in for Smith. I might as well just let you do the substitutions if you're going to be on there. Not even bother with it. It's more efficient, I got to say. Demaya Scott winds one up. Sends it right at Crenshaw, who's ready for it. And they couldn't get that one across the net.
Once did 4 jobs at once. The USAA National Championship soccer was the PA, ball shagger, music, and scoreboard.
Man of many talents right there, man. Wildcats with it now. Reed looking for Scott. Crenshaw there again. And played over by Fulp. This time they go to Walker. And Crenshaw there again off the net. And they get it. Oh, they call her in the net. So they got it over, but they had a player in the net. And it'll be a Wildcats point. Oros now back to serve. Getting to it is Vineyard diving for it. And a miss hit there from Reed. It'll be Oros again back to serve. Wildcats leading this first set 10-2. The short one from Oros catches him off guard for the ace. So is that 6 aces tonight for the Wildcats?
I think you're right.
Another short one and another ace.
Well, Riley painted the line with that one. She went far corner.
And it'll be another Bluefield State timeout. Wildcats leading 12-2. Wildcats leading 12-2 out of the Bluefield State timeout. Riley Oros back to serve. She already has 2 aces. And they receive it that time. On the attack, the quick block from Scott gets the point. Oros again. This time a little pepper on it. And another ace. That's 3. So right now the ace competition is between Reed and Oros. And little light on that one. So stops at 3. Moana Reed leads with 4 aces.
I think if you serve one into the net like that, you got to lose an ace.
Yeah, I think you
need,
lose
you
one.
need 2 now
to count
get
it like
back.
that.
Yeah.
That serve crossed the tape, but out of bounds. Serve from Danielle Baker. So freebie for the Wildcats. LeMaster and Eason
Checking
check
in for the Wildcats, number 18, Sayana Eason.
As you heard again from Chuck. We've never done this setup before. It's throwing us off. On the attack is Reed. Blocked from LeMaster and Walker.
Chris Plano has abandoned us in our time of need.
Big Country couldn't get all of that one. And it'll be a Bluefield State point. Tonight Scott back in for Eason.
Checking in for the Wildcats, number 2, tonight Scott.
It's Vineyard to serve, and that's an ace. Sydney Vineyard.
A lot of youth and inexperience on this Bluefield State team. If you heard the lineups, a lot of freshmen and sophomores, so definitely see some talent that's there.
Sends that one middle. Oros receives that time. LeMaster quick with the kill. Emily Aarons is going to check in for Walker.
Checking in for the Wildcats, number 6, Emily Aarons.
Wildcats leading 16-5 in this first set. Aarons the serve. Received from Smith. Trying to catch him off guard, and it falls just out for the Wildcats' point.
Nice idea to try and dump that set. Just sailed it a little too long over the sideline.
Aarons to serve. And that one is an ace. So Aarons now on the ace leaderboard. She tallies 1. This time on the left side, right at the net. Reed and LeMaster both there. Bluefield State with it now. Diving forward is Aarons. They set Demaya Scott. They get Bluefield State in the net. Wildcat point. They increase their lead to 14, leading 19-5. Wildcats with it now. Reed sets LeMaster, tips it up and over. Jumping for it, didn't clear the net, so 4 hits on the Big Blues. Wildcats now 5 points away from taking this first set. That is ace number 2. So by check scoring, she is tied and Riley Oros with 2 aces.
It's kind of like cornhole. There's cancellations.
That one played up. Good angle. Gets it across. This time Oros sets Scott. Couldn't get enough on that one was Reed. On the attack, couldn't get it across the net. So Wildcats point, 3 points away now from taking the first set. Aarons with two aces already. Sends that one across. Reed, short set for LeMaster. Good looking swing there for the kill.
Thought Isabel played her best match of the year last time out against PIU. And she's continuing that strong play here towards the end of her freshman season.
This hit there from Baker. Wildcats opportunity for set point. And they paint it down the line. It was Vineyard playing well for Bluefield State in this first set. Williams, along with Crenshaw, are going to check in for Big Blues. Williams now back to serve. Sends it across off the elbow of Oros, and Wildcats have to play it over. Reed gets to it. That one didn't cross the net. They get it over the second time. Tipped back immediately by LeMaster. Off the tip again. A lot of play right at the net. Reed plays it back so Oros can hit it over. Winding one up off the hands of Tanaya Scott in the back row. Wildcats save it. We got a good rally going here. Set point for the Wildcats. Reed is there. Oros sets Tanaya Scott, sends it long. They get a Big Blue in the net. So Wildcats do take this first set 25-6. We'll be back here in just a minute with your second set. Wildcats again took that first set. So we're back here ready for the second set. Johnson & Wales taking on Bluefield State. They took the first set 25-6. A lot of aces there in that first set from the Wildcats. Reed with 4, Oros with 3, Aarons with 2. You get an ace, you get an ace, everybody gets an ace. So Wildcats will get this one started. Carpenter in the pink libero jersey.
Kind of surprised the whole team's not in the pink jerseys tonight with Dick Pink Wink. Maybe they're saving them for one of the other 4 matches they have this week.
And what is the schedule this week, Chuck? What we got coming up for?
We got lots. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, we have volleyball and men's soccer. So we'll have double barrel action going for you. 2 channels on the old live stream. Men's soccer hosting Warren Wilson. Volleyball playing host to Ferrum.
They tried to set Scott. Had to reset for that one. Still gets it across. Oros, and that'll be a double.
Then we're back here 7 o'clock on Thursday night for volleyball against Bob Jones. And then Saturday we crank it up again. Volleyball Senior Day tri-match 12 and 4 against Mid-Atlantic Christian and Lenore Community College. And then men's soccer at 3:15, women's soccer at 1 Senior Days for those teams as well. Again, we'll have all the action for you. Video only for volleyball, no commentary that day.
Sorry, guys.
But we will have video for you.
Number 12, Caitlin Jerriman, just checked in for the Wildcats.
We're pressing executive producer Joe Worley into duty doing the volleyball, running the volleyball stream on Saturday, and then I'll be out at soccer to have that action for you. So Wildcats play host to Christendom in both occasions.
That's ace number 5 for Moana Reed. Yeah, Thursday versus Bob Jones. That'll be a good rematch.
Bob Jones is a good team. And I know the Wildcats didn't play particularly well down in Greenville last week. They'll be looking to avenge that defeat.
A couple good digs there from the Big Blues. Winding one up his favor. The one-handed stab gets it right across. That time it was Crenshaw. And they couldn't get to it. Falls out of bounds. It'll be a Wildcats point.
You see the flashes of it from Bluefield State. They just got to start to put it together on a more consistent basis. Like they have the chance to be a good team.
Reed with the serve in the back line, and another ace, number 6. So definitely a record-setting night here for Moana Reed. Now played across by Fulp. Reed sets to Nye Scott, gets it across. Blues with it now off the tape, and it falls. And it'll be a kill for Danielle Baker. Wildcats leading 5-3 here. Just tipping off this second set. Wildcats took the first one 25-6. Jeremy nearly another kill. The first one, they had 2 great digs. That one, another great dig. And that one finds the campfire for the Wildcats point. Aaron set the check in for Scott.
Checking in for the Wildcats, number 6, Emily Aarons.
So Chuck, tomorrow you're going to be at soccer, and I'm going to be here. Again, you can pull up multiple windows on your computer, or I don't think you can do it on an iPhone, but if you're on a computer, you can pull up 2 browsers, watch both games. We'll see who has the more fans tomorrow, who's going to be tuning in to Chuck or me at volleyball here. What's the weather supposed to be like tomorrow, Chuck? Is it going to be raining?
It is.
I think you might got the short end of, short
Checking
stick
in for
on
the
that one.
Wildcats, number 18, Tayana Eason. Last I saw, we actually could have some thunderstorms tomorrow, which might impact the soccer game. It is supposed to be rainy and windy all day, regardless if there's thunder or not. So, yes.
I was sure to call dibs on volleyball in a nice air-conditioned gym. There's a point there for the Big Blues.
Checking in for the Wildcats, number 2, Tania Scott.
Good serve from Vineyard, played up by Favor, and Tania Scott gets it across. Off the block, right there's Reed. Aaron's on the attack now, couldn't get it over the net.
Of course, we were supposed to get some rain on Saturday at soccer, and it mostly held off for us, so maybe that'll be a case again tomorrow night.
It held up for you at Ortho Carolina, but it didn't hold up for me at the Sportsplex in Matthews. That's a kill for Caitlin Jerriman.
Jerriman, big swing to put that one down.
Riley Oros checks in.
Checking in for the Wildcats, number 5, Riley Oros.
If you didn't hear it the first time, yep. Good serve again. Vineyard sails that one out of bounds.
We're just using instant replay to confirm that was, in fact, the correct substitution.
Yeah. So Oros with 3 aces tonight.
Make it 4.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Make
I
it
said
4. Oh, yeah. That was
just
right
in
the
very
corner.
back corner.
Right in the corner. And then she goes with the changeup, and it sails wide right. Floated it just a little bit too much. And now it'll be Williams back to serve, right side of your screen for Bluefield State. High serve right to Scott. Reed sets from her knees. LeMaster gets the point.
Don't often see Moana go to her knees to get a set, but she did that time and put that short one right at the net for Isabel, and she was able to knock it down.
The Aarons now back to serve. She has 2 aces tonight. Good swing from Crenshaw. Wildcats were ready. Favor off the block, falls out of bounds. We wait for the call. It'll be Blues point.
I don't think that touched anybody, and it went out of bounds, so good call there by the officials.
Demai Scott checking in for Aarons.
Dee Batchelor calling the game tonight. Been doing Johnson Wells games for a long, long time, as long as I can remember.
That's Fannin with the serve. Scott the runner. Baker on the attack. Scott is there. Now they look for Favor. Big swing, block right back. Favor, the second jump, kind of ran right into Reed. And that one will be 4 hits. So Big Blue staying within 2 here as we near the midway point of the second set.
Bluefield State's doing a good job of making the Wildcats beat them, not doing a lot to beat themselves this set.
Reed says LeMaster gets a block right back, but the diving save from Demai Scott. Favor running, hopping, looking for that back line. Big swing from Baker. Crenshaw.
The Blues
puts
are
that
within
one down.
here at 11-10.
Making it interesting. Here
Showing
we go.
some life here.
The young team playing with house money, essentially. They don't have a win on the season.
Nothing to lose.
That one off the hands of Vineyard, out of bounds.
Moana dumped the set there, and
Carpenter back in for LeMaster. Should be back to serve.
Not ready for that one.
That one off the hands of Baker, out of bounds. Does Carpenter have an ace? I think she served first, didn't she?
She did, but Bluefield State won the first point.
So it was the second. That one sails out of bounds. Wildcats increase their lead 14-10. Short serve right back to the Wildcat side. Reed sets Tanai Scott, puts it down.
So that's 4 in a row now for the Wildcats after Bluefield State had pulled in 1.
Gonna get a big blue timeout.
Bluefield State.
We'll be back here in a minute. Back out of timeout. Natalie Carpenter with the serve for the Wildcats. Running for it, and it goes out of bounds. Wildcats extend their lead to 6. 16-10. Here in the second set, Carpenter tries again. Received by Vineyard, and then Baker puts the heat on that one. Out of bounds. Looking for the tip. They're not going to get it.
It's now 6 in a row for the Wildcats.
Sends that one to the back row. They set Crenshaw. Looking for Favor, rises up, couldn't get that one over the net. It'll be Sydney Fulp to serve now. Right side of your screen. Reed trying to catch him off guard. Big Blues were ready for it. They look for favor. We're going to get, I believe, Baker in the net. Jerriman back in for Oros.
Checking in for the Wildcats, number 12, Caitlin Jerriman.
And Chuck confirms it. We need that in soccer. It's tough to see where we stand across the field, especially at night. If we had that, man, that'd make life a lot easier. Jerriman sends that one too long out of bounds. Crenshaw now to serve. Sends that one middle. Scott got a hand on it.
It was a good serve by Crenshaw. It forced Scott to make a decision at the last minute.
Good attack from Baker. Wildcats were ready. Crenshaw keeps it alive and played over from Baker. Jerriman tips it up and gets the kill.
Was that Jerriman or Tanaya Scott?
You know, they were both there, and their hand was kind of in the same spot from our angle where we saw.
Checking in for the Wildcats, number 6, Emily Ahrens.
I thought it was Jerriman. Huh? Could be wrong. Stats, the box score will show tonight. Diving attempt from Reed, and Ahrens had to dodge the scores table. Couldn't get to that one. Now it'll be Baker to serve for Bluefield State. Wildcats leading the second set 19-13. It's a freebie for the Wildcats. Eason and Lemaster check in.
Into the game for Johnson Wales, number 18, Tayana Eason.
There's the confirmation on the substitution. It'll be Eason back to serve. Bumped over from Fulp. Jerriman on the attack again. That'll be a double on Fannin. Eason again back to serve. Eason has a good serve. I'm surprised she hasn't gotten an ace tonight. Reed still in the leaderboard for aces with 6 tonight. Oros in second with 4. Ahrens with 2. Played over from Fulp. Wildcats with it now. Reed looks to set Ahrens. Put some heat on it. You don't see that often. Reed sets Ahrens and gets the kill.
Emily's a hitter now. She's been asked to play different positions for the Wildcats. That really doesn't allow her to have good swings, but she can bring it. I think you'll see a lot more of that next season for the Wildcats.
I think they're going to go for it again. They do, right to Ahrens. This time it was Smith ready for it. Off the tip, diving forward is Eason. Reed sets Jerriman off the block. Another good rally going here, trying to catch the Wildcats off guard. And Ahrens slaps it over.
Good hustle by Bluefield State so far.
And a miss hit there. That was a good rally nevertheless. Wildcats leading by 10, 23-13. 2 points away from going up 2 sets to none. Fulp keeps it alive and played over. And that one just out of bounds. That's an ace for Vineyard. This time sends it middle. Favor receives. Lemaster gets the point. Sends it right at Crenshaw. Oros checks in for Jerriman. And we have set point opportunity here for the Wildcats. And that'll do it with the ace from Oros. 5 aces for Riley Oros tonight. Wildcats take the second set, 25-15. We'll be back here in a few minutes with your third set action. Wildcats looking to put away the Big Blues here. So we're back here ready for the third set. Wildcats up 2-0. Wildcats took the first set 25-6, took the second one 25-15. Wildcats looking for the sweep here. Set to serve up the third set here. It will be Sydney Fulp. Both teams have switched sides. Bluefield State now on the left side of your screen. Wildcats on the right. And that's an ace. Sydney Fulp.
So Bluefield scored the first point of each of the 3 games so far.
Are you considering that a moral victory?
As one-sided as the match has been, that's an interesting stat.
Favor tips it up. And that's a point for the Wildcats.
You don't often see Favor attack from the middle, which she did there.
Jerriman checks in for Oros. Moana Reed now back to serve.
In for the game for Johnson & Wells, number 12, Caitlin Jerriman.
So Moana Reed already with 6 aces. Wildcats with it now. Reed, short set for Tanai Scott. That one sent out of bounds off the hands.
Nice swing there for Tanaya. Really got something behind that one. I think Bluefield State was fortunate to even be able to get any hands on it.
Reed for the corner. Favor right at the net. Just barely gets it across. Look to set. Jerriman, big swing. Gets the kill.
Big smiles on her teammates' faces as Caitlin got a big kill there. As you said, Kelly, good swing from her.
Played up high in the ceiling, comes right down. The block from Jerriman and Scott. Reed looking for Favor, tips it up. Reed plays that one off the block, and it falls to the floor on the Wildcats side. We're waiting for a call.
Line judge is saying that it hit off the antenna and was out.
The official's going to talk it over. We await the call. Like you said, Chuck, the far line judge.
But now both line judges are saying they saw it hit off the antenna.
So they go Wildcats point.
Checking in for Bluefield State, number 17, Danielle Baker.
Baker set to check in for the Blues. Moana Reed remains at serve for the Wildcats, leading 4-1 early in this third set. Wildcats looking for the sweep. That one off the hands of Williams. Out of bounds. Again, we'll be back on the air tomorrow. We'll be here at the Wildcat Center at 7. You'll hear me on the call for volleyball, and then Chuck will be down at Ortho Carolina Sportsplex with soccer.
Definitely have your audio up on the soccer game. You can watch the volleyball game.
Wildcats point there. Scott, Moana Reed, nearly got the point. And that one on the back line, and they get it to go.
Swing there by
good one.
Bluefield State, not sure who that was.
I believe that was Williams.
She painted that back line very nicely.
Jordan Reed to serve. Good arc on that one. Quick set for tonight. Scott.
Boy, Scott came out of nowhere to get to that one.
Aarons checks in. We're going to get a Bluefield State
Checking in for
timeout.
the Wildcats.
We'll
Number
be back
6,
here in a
Emily
minute.
Aarons. Timeout.
Back out of the Bluefield State timeout. Wildcats with the serve. It's Favor. Sends that one. And she gets the ace. Bluefield State's had a few aces tonight. I wonder what's the overall total from both teams. It's got to be at least. Because if you get 10, 12, 13, it's probably 15.
15, yeah.
Yep.
Might hit 20 before this one's done.
Wildcats leading 9-2 early in this third set. Good swing. Better
Nice
dig from
Barb.
Reed.
Yes, exactly.
And that hit from Jerriman wide left. Crenshaw now to serve. Sends that one out of bounds. Eason and Lemaster check in. It'll be Eason back to serve.
Checking in for the Wildcats, number 18, Tayana Eason.
And that's an ace for Eason.
You were asking about it earlier, Kelly, and there it is. Ace for Tayana, the senior from Gastonia, North Carolina. Hunter Huss High School.
Folt plays that one across. Wildcats with it now. Aarons barely got to it in time. A miss hit there from Williams. Wildcats point. Eason again to serve. Good swing there from Vineyard, and Wildcats on the attack now. Better swing that time from Aarons. And that'll be Bluefield State point. They find the campfire again on the Wildcats side. Scott set the check in for Eason.
In for Johnson Wales, number 2, tonight, Scott.
Serve from Vineyard across to Aarons. And we'll get Moana Reed in the net.
Reed did a great job to save that one.
Well, I think they just gave the Wildcats the point. Hang on, what happened here?
Checking in, number 5, Riley Oros. Yeah, the Bluefield State was in the net.
Oh, okay. I saw both Reed and the net too.
Moana saved it, and the Bluefield player went to the net, pushed the net into Moana.
Ah, yeah. I got the up ref right in my view. Good block from Lemaster and Reed.
Bluefield State players kind of cloud each other trying to go for that one.
Wildcats now up by 10, 14-4. The serve from Oros.
Football, that would have been a chop block.
Good diving attempt from Smith. Again, the attack sails out of bounds for another Wildcats point. We'll get another Bluefield State timeout.
Bluefield State.
Be back here in a minute. back out of the Big Blues timeout. Wildcats with the serve. Riley Oros sends it across. Another ace. That's 5. Wanneree was 6. Oros now 1 away from tying the ace leaderboard.
Should be 1 up. She hadn't had the one into the net earlier. That cost her 2 in the Chuck scoring system.
Well, I think I'm counting it as 5, so really she's at 4 with your scoring system. And nearly another ace this time. They did get the second hit on it.
No, I think she still gets the ace if it doesn't come back over the net. So she's working hard to get back.
Yep. And the short one got him again.
She floated that one just far enough to get over the net where she had left it short in the first set.
She overtakes Reed as the top spot on the ace chart. Oros with the set for Reed. Oh, there we go.
So Oros doesn't get the ace there, but she gets the assist and Moana the kill. And Oros have another go at it.
Oros this time from Aaron's, a big swing off the ceiling. Comes right back down. Wildcats were ready for it. LeMaster and Reed both there. Not sure who get credit with the kill on that one, but nevertheless, Wildcats point. Oros remains at serve. Wildcats 4 points away from getting the sweep. And falls to the floor again. Oros looking to finish this one off.
We got to go digging in the record books for aces in a match.
Get that one across right on the line. Favorite plays it. Oros goes back to Reed with the tip. Smith plays it up and over from Fannin. The Master, quick wind up there, gets the point. Wildcats 2 points away now. And Oros falls just short on that one. It'll be Williams now with the serve. Short set from Oros for LeMaster. Fulp was there. At the net, doesn't get across. Wildcats now with match point coming up. It'll be Emily Aarons back to serve. Aarons with 2 aces in this one. Can she end it on an ace? They'll have to get it the hard way. They don't get across. Wildcats take this one in the sweep, 3-0. They took the first set 25-6, the second one 25-15, and the third one 25-5. A lot of aces in this one from both teams, really. And that'll wrap it up here from the Wildcat Center gym. For color commentator Christopher Chuck Charles, I'm your voice of the Wildcats, Kelly Turner, signing off. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for both volleyball and men's soccer. We hope everyone has a great night. Catch you tomorrow.